Howdy folks, it's Nito with AP 2020 Outdoors. I got the Faxon Firearms 224 Valkyrie barrel yesterday in the mail. Couldn't wait, so I had to do some test shooting yesterday. In the first video, I was going to try two different powders, the Hodgson Powder CFE 223 and the Accurate Arms 2520. Unfortunately, the 2520, I was getting very inconsistent velocities, so I could only chalk it up to the powder probably being over 15 years old. Maybe it was just, getting bad or something. So anyway, so I shot the CFE 223 yesterday, and, not too bad results. First group, I had 4 shots into 0.603 inches. I had a flyer, that could have been me, opened it up to 1.142. Then I had another group at 1.153, a nice round group. I'd like to tighten those up. The Faxon Firearms 1 6.5 twist barrel, pretty awesome. I'm shooting the Lehigh Defense. These are the 72 grain Controlled Chaos, all copper bullet. Believe it or not, these bullets are as long as the Sierra 95 grain Match Kings. Speaking of which, I can't believe it. One of my YouTube subscribers actually sent me a box of bullets, the Sierra 95 grain Sierra Match Kings. So I'm going to give those a shot. I know a lot of guys have had trouble with those bullets, trying to get them to group. I'm up to the challenge. We'll see what happens. So this morning, before I go any further, I just want to talk about the Starline brass. From my understanding with the Valkyrie, there's really only 3 manufacturers of brass available. There's the Federal, Hornady, which isn't component form yet, just if you buy the ammunition and reload it, and Starline. And from my understanding, Federal and Hornady was notorious for the primer pockets opening up. Whether the case head is too soft or what, I have no idea. The cases I fired yesterday, I did a check. The primer pocket holes, I think, were 0.170 nominally, and then I measured it after one firing. They opened up maybe 5/10 thousandths, which could be the error in my calipers. So no issues so far there. Pretty happy with the Starline brass. In fact, it just might be my chambering. If you all get a chance, pick up these L.E. Wilson case gauge. This is specifically for 224 Valkyrie. They're pretty nice. They are machined, obviously, to match the Sammy spec chamber. So this is a resized cartridge, but you know what I did yesterday? I actually popped a fired cartridge into this, and there was no appreciable growth or stretch. So I'm really happy in that regards to the chambering in my Faxon Firearms barrel, and also the Starline brass. So what I'm trying this morning, I've got IMR 8208 XBR, good powder. I had good luck with it in my 6 PDK. The reason why I'm migrating away from the CFE 223, the powder burns awfully dirty, and it's also, in my experience, not very temperature insensitive. I'm developing loads right now. This is late winter time, colder temperatures, and I'm just fearful that in hot summer days, pressures are going to spike up because I'm trying to get near the maximum loads. Now, speaking of releasing reloading data, if you guys have followed me on my YouTube channel, I'm a stickler for not publicizing any of my reload data. And I will tell you this out frankly, I think it's irresponsible for anybody to do that on the internet, unless you obviously you're a manufacturer and you're willing to take that risk and liability. And I only say this because I did a study several years ago using quick load software, where you can actually enter all the parameters of a reload data, and you can actually, it determines within a high degree of accuracy the pressure generated from that cartridge. More specifically, you need to know the water case capacity of your brass. Extremely important. From my understanding, like the Federal and Hornady cases, they have a higher water case capacity than the Starline. And I'm thankful that the Starline actually has a less water case capacity. Why? Because the brass is obviously going to be thicker in the critical areas. the water case capacity on the Starline brass. In mine, I took 5 sample readings, 30.2 grains of water case capacity up to the neck. You get that little meniscus, you know, that little, because of the surface tension of the water around the perimeter of the case mouth, but it's roughly 30.2 grains of water case capacity. I know the Federal Hornady has a little bit higher water case capacity, and you're thinking, well, what's 2 grains difference in water case capacity? Well, I tell you, 2 grains of difference is a tremendous amount of pressure difference in regards to your loadings. I've done a study. I'm not going to go into that in this video. If you look up my video, the importance of knowing your water case capacity, I explain in detail the differences. So I loaded up 9 rounds with the IMR 8208 XBR powder and the Lehigh Defense 72 grain controlled chaos copper. Oh, here's the other thing. My overall length, and also with the CFE 223 yesterday, I have it 2.280. Obviously, I'm over the 2.26 spec, but I cut out my magazines, my PRI mags, and the reason why I'm not going any longer is that I'm waiting for a modified case to go into my Stony Point comparator, or overall length comparator, so I know, so I can find out exactly where the rifling starts on my Faxon Firearms barrel. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and I'm going to take some shots downstairs in my indoor range. We'll get some velocity readings on the IMR 8208 XBR powder. Stay tuned. Okay, we'll take some shots here. I've got the magazine cut out on PRI. Here we go. .2944. .2927. .2928. That's pretty good. All right, folks, that's not too bad, actually. My quick loads were showing a velocity of 2958. I actually a little bit low. I came in at an average of 2933. That's for a 72 grain bullet. So pretty happy with those results. Of course, only shooting at 100 yards on real targets will actually tell. So unfortunately, it looks like 2 straight days of monsoon season in central Ohio. We've got 2 straight days of rain, no shooting outdoors, no worries. I think I'll just continue, well, I'm actually not going to continue reloading. So now, I'm just going to wait for that modified case so I can use my Stony Point chamber all comparator. I can find out exactly where the rifling is in my Faxon Firearms barrel. So this is Nito with AP 2020 Outdoors. Remember, support our Second Amendment rights. We'll see y'all later.